So we start out the season finale with the transformation of Tengen Toppa Gurren Bodhisattva. They all pick one random button to press at the same time as the space kaiju keeps getting closer to walking them down. This leads to various pieces of the machine falling off and even the tongue sticking out of its mouth. And first of all, why is that even an option on a button? I knew Kinta was a freak, but now I know he's a super freak. They got the left arm disconnected and the right arm swinging like a propeller, reminding me of the weird kid at recess that thought he could take flight if he swung both arms fast enough. That was me. That weird kid was me. Anyways, Kinta finally peeps the lever that makes it walk and takes a step forward, except they fall right on their face, making an imprint in the dirt. They rise back up onto both knees like they're accepting their imminent defeat, and then the space dinosaur absolutely clocked them with a kick to the dome. They go flying and the airbags in the cockpits pop out as soon as they crash into the ground. The space dinosaur decides to double up the combo and uses its tail to grab hold of their ankle before swinging them around in the air like a rag doll. We see our nerdy goat Okarun ejecting his seat like an F-15 jet pilot as soon as it got shot out of the sky, and the giant mech goes crashing into the ground while Okarun struggles to break free from his chair as he lands. Just as he turns around to check on Momo and the gang, we see a green cloud of smoke pop out of the mech and the evil eye appears, shouting, "I'm free!" like he's one of Gru's minions from Despicable Me. Then he immediately gets stepped on! What kind of Tom and Jerry ass scene is this? The space dinosaur bellows, and then we see that Gigi and the evil eye weren't as cooked as we initially thought, as the evil eye slowly raises the foot of this behemoth of a beast and sends it tumbling backwards. Then the shockwave of the fall sends the evil eye twinkling into the sky like Team Rocket when they say, "We're blasting off again!" And Okarun rushes over to check on him. Evil eye wasn't even fazed by the fact that he just face planted in the dirt and asked Okarun to run his fade now. Bro obviously says no considering the situation, and they turn around to see the space dinosaur feeding a thunderbolt directly into the face of their mech. Okarun starts to panic and the evil eye starts getting revved up because he wants to fight it. Okarun stares at the catastrophe for a second and then turns to give the evil eye permission to run its fade just this once. But before he can get it out, their Bodhisattva mech finally defended itself. It caught the foot of the space dino and lifted it up as we got to look at the absolutely crushed face that looked oddly reminiscent of can I say that on here? Let me not test my luck. But if you're down, you'll get it. Kinta starts monologuing about how he can control the robot by visualizing through the nanoskin as he kicks the space beast back. This dude then calls himself Kinta, the end of Joy Toy Pegasus Sakata. And bro, first of all, why so long? Secondly, what kind of name is that? One thing I have to give him credit for though is he gave it the Gurren Lagann sunglasses and had it dripped out in all gold plating while regenerating the missing arm. That boy looked clean! Bro runs into the fray and straight up gut punches the space dino, sending it flying. He gets hyped for a second, but then it uses its tail to grab hold of their arm and drag them towards it so it could counter. But that boy Kinta had other plans. Bro straight uses the throw as a boost into a devious haymaker that he planted on the space dinosaur's chin. The dino shoots another hyper beam at them and he deflects it at first, before the second cuts off the right arm. Kinta picks up the arm and throws it right at the space dinosaur and sending it crashing into the ground. After reconnecting it, he grabbed it by its accordion tail and spun it around like he was doing a rendition of Beyblade before letting it rip and throwing it into a city building. He then runs in and shoulder checks the beast before it gathered itself and tried to swipe his feet from under him. Kinta pulled back, threw a right hook, and then grabbed the head of the space dino trying to hold it off. All of a sudden, its horn shifted downward and it fired another hyper beam dead center on their mech. Bro got hit so hard that he got blasted into his memories of being bullied for buying one of those mech toys as a high school boy. Bro had a straight CTE crash out as he reached for the crumpled mech box on the ground in his memory that also doubled as the arm for the IRL mech that got cut off again. He reconnected it, let out a battle cry, and started sprinting dead at the space dinosaur. And I'm not gonna lie, this guy might be a little bit of a creep, and fat, and kinda ugly. But it's just something about somebody that faces adversity and keeps on getting up and fighting back regardless that just Man, that just gets me fired up. This man Kinta goes berserko, straight clobbers the dino with a down slam, threw it across the city while breaking off one of its horns in the process, and just as it tried to take debris to throw at him, he boomed it in the head again like a pump action shotgun to the dome at point blank range in OG Fortnite. Then, while still monologuing about how much he loves robots and felt like he was born to do just this, he got airborne and did a spinning drop before putting both fists dead in the center of the chest of the dinosaur. But then, it disappeared. He tried to take advantage of the nanoskin to customize it and make it so he could see it with infrared vision, which is low-key smart. But if you think the dinosaur was just gonna sit there and let itself keep getting cooked on camera, you're tweaking. Straight cleared the leg from the body and then turned on the airbags. Then it grabbed their other leg with its tail and started flinging them like a ragdoll back and forth into the concrete. I'm talking Hulk to Loki action in Avengers. Momo uses her spirit powers to stop it, and Ira uses this chance to wrap it up in her hair so they could see it now. Kinta tries to keep taking charge, but they basically tell him to shut up so they can cook because he was giving them motion sickness. Even though the limbs were scattered, Momo used her spirit energy to pull them in close so they could take care of the opportunity. They spin and twirl it up in the air, trying to give it motion sickness. Then Momo says she's seen enough of the BS and decides she wants to powerbomb it, headfirst into the concrete below. Then it was over. The dinosaur deflated and the world instantly returned to normal. Everybody starts pulling out phones and Momo tries to turn the mech back into her house, but it makes a sort of house mecha UFO hybrid before they make their escape floating off into the sunset, doing their best to place it back normally at the shrine property. We see Momo and Ira get sick and Kinta looks like he's about to, but instead he starts crying because he actually got to pilot a robot. And honestly, dude, valid reaction. You earned those tears, King. You're still fat, but I kinda rock with you now. We skip back over to Okarun's perspective from the ground as he got left behind, and then he realized that everybody was taking pictures of the kaiju that shrunk down to the size of a movie theater costume instead of disappearing like the others. He tries to get the evil eye to help him carry it, but the evil eye climbed onto a building and pulled a 3-year-old's favorite, "I'm not listening to you anymore" line. Okarun got creative and bought a hot bun to convince him to jump down. Because it was hot though, it made Gigi return and he had Gigi help him carry the beast away. We then see them running from normal people with cameras, phones, and selfie sticks while Okarun tried explaining the situation away. They literally outran the entire crowd from the city while carrying at least 500 to 1,000 pounds on their shoulders. If that's not dog mentality, then I don't know what is. They make it back to Momo's place and collapse on the ground before Kinta came outside doing some aura acting. I promise you, it was just as goofy as before though. Okarun tried to explain the purpose of their actions and how it's not to fight kaiju or to protect the earth, but more importantly to find a golden ball. Bro tried to lend Okarun and Momo his power, but obviously Okarun says no thanks, cause why would he need it? But anyways, Gigi tries to add his 2 cents, but Kinta says that he can't trust him because he's pretty and because of his split personalities, which is pretty fair. We see Okarun investigating the mouth of the beast and then seeing a person inside. The boys bicker about who's going to check it out and Okarun takes the initiative. Peeping that there was a big zipper thing, he unzipped what actually did end up being a kaiju suit, and a beautiful girl with blondish lime hair and antennae poking out of the top of her head appears. She opens her eyes and then we see Momo drag herself out of the house with Ira not far behind. We see things from her perspective and that girl did what? She kissed our nerdy king in 4K? Oh no! Momo squeezed the nanoskin block in her hand that was attached to her house and whatever she imagined just made the house that they've just returned blow up. And I think Ira was still inside. Rest in peace, beauty. A new love interest is present to take your place, but we will miss you. But let's call a spade a spade. Plot armor prevents her loss like that. I'm sure she's fine. And ladies and gentlemen, that concludes season 2 of Dandadan. Season 3 is already in the works as we speak, and you know we're touching that just as much as I want Granny Seiko to touch me when it drops. I've got a few more Dandadan compilation videos dropping as we transition into the fall season of anime. If you have any shows this season you want me to cover, let me know in the comments below and I'll make it happen. But that's all I have for you today. And if you liked the video, go ahead and smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, become a member to help support the content, and join the Discord to come chat it up. And like I always say, for the last time this season, AYC, what you got for me?
Your theme is peace.
Ah!